What's up, my dudes? Here come that bullshit. What's going on, Marv? Who you trying to fool, dog? Oh my god, this is hilarious, man. So, last night during the main event, Ralph Shaheen and Jeff Emig and Ricky Carmichael were all saying, oh, that's definitely not team orders. And then, not a half lap later, Musquin gets out of the way for Dungey and lets him win on the last lap. So, that is so funny to me. But, anyways, my opinion on the whole sort of team orders thing, I'm actually pretty neutral with it. Like, I can see both sides of it, and I know that's crazy for Spencer Turley to be neutral about anything, but I really am. It's kind of like I perfectly see both sides of it. It's like I'm dead nut right in the middle whenever you talk about if it's right or wrong or in between or whatever. I'm definitely more of the in between, but whenever it gets to like being more malicious with it and trying to take people out, like if Musquin would have been trying to take out Tomac or something, then yeah, I don't really agree with that side of it. Like if it's somebody that's not even in the points trying to take out somebody that is in the points, all because of team orders, that's definitely taking it a little too far there. But you have to look at it from Roger DeCoster's standpoint. It's like, okay, so do we give Musquin one more win, or do we give Dungey 3 points here at the end of the season? I mean, it's a no-brainer, dude. Like, I can't blame Roger DeCoster. If I was him, that would have been the same decision I would have made. I would have been like, Musquin, dude, you need to pull off the track, dog. Because they're so close to the end of the season, and there's 3 points difference, I'm pretty sure, between first and second. So that's a lot, man. And I mean, Musquin's not even in the points chase, and Dungey and Tomac are so close with one more race to go. So I totally understand everybody on that camp. I understand why they did that and why they made that decision. Because goodness gracious, man, one more race to go, and it's like, it's either pull over right here, or there's a good chance that KTM doesn't win the championship. It is to that extreme point there. But on the flip side of it, it's like, well, then did Dungey really even earn it? It gets into that point as well, where it's like not even genuine a little bit there. But there's politics to everything, and there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that one person can't control. So, but still at the end of the day, it's all in who's in it in the points at the end of the season. Those are the people that are really racing for it. Even though that Dungey may not have been the best man that night and somebody let him win, still yet, he's the best man of the season. So, or one of the best men of the season. So I don't know how to really explain that there, but I am definitely more neutral on this. I'm not like against it or necessarily for it, I kind of just have to agree to not really disagree or agree with it there. So that's what really super neutral is about something. But yeah, I just thought that was hilarious, though, how Marv was trying to play it off like he didn't pull over on purpose. Come on, dog. We all seen that. Come on now. You can't fool me. Maybe you can fool some little 12-year-old kids. I don't know, but you didn't fool me with it. So, but either way, it's like it's so frowned upon, I guess, to the whole like team orders thing. I don't know why people frown upon that so much. It's like, what's the point of having teams? You know what I mean? You kind of got to look at it from that side of it too. Like, why would you have teams if you wouldn't, be a team about certain things? I don't know. There's a lot of different aspects and elements to it, but like I see the genuine side of it as well, where it's like, well, if somebody pulls out of the way, then that's kind of like that person didn't earn it in a sense, like I was saying. So there's just two sides to it, man. I can't blame the KTM squad, and also I totally understand where the Tomac squad is coming from. And that was a hell of a race shaping up in that main event, too. Tomac was having a little bit of trouble in his heat race, and Dungey looked like he was a little bit more on it. And they take off in the main event, and Dungey's right behind Tomac. That would have been a heck of a race, dude. And, man, you just don't see those good 450 races all that often. And I really started to notice that more so here recently. Like, it just doesn't happen as often as you would think, especially two people fighting for the championship and having a good battle in the main event, that's just like a dime a dozen, dude. But yeah, just wanted to get on here and talk about this funny little incident, and it'll give you a good little cackle if you go back and watch it from like when the Ralph Shaheen and all those dudes was saying that this is definitely not team orders, and then like I'm telling you, I don't even think it was a lap after that, Musquin just like basically pulls off of the track. I don't know if he was trying to make it look like he missed a rut or whatever, but he didn't really play that off too well. He wasn't playing possum good enough there, because that was obvious, bro. I mean, like, super obvious. And then in his interview, he was saying, oh, I know everybody's going to think that was team orders, but it really wasn't. Come on, dude. Come on, man. I mean, I don't know. It gets so weird because they can't even really talk about it, because the team probably tells them don't talk about it. You know, and it's like, of course, they want to stay on the team, so it gets like this really weird social, like I don't know, nobody can really be honest about it, and it just gets weird real quick. That's kind of how that whole thing goes there, but especially when there's so much money involved and teams involved and all that stuff, it gets crazy pretty quick. But, I mean, as long as nobody's taking anybody out, the team orders thing shouldn't be so frowned upon, I don't think. It's... especially this close to the end of the season, you know, I mean, you can't even blame them for doing what they did, the KTM people. But it's crazy. Like, I felt sorry for Tomac though when he went down. Like, I was happy for Dungey, but I was also sorry for Tomac because I like both of them quite a bit. So it was kind of crazy how like I wasn't one-sided at all with this whole championship battle here, which is still going. They're only 9 points apart for the last race coming up, but I'm not on either side. I'm just I would like to see both of them win pretty much equally. I want to see Dungey go out, with his legacy on top and all that, but I also want to see Tomac, it's like the comeback season. It'd be cool to see him win as well. So I'm kind of like for both of them here, but for this particular situation, I'm more neutral on it. Like, I see where both sides are coming from. Like, where Tomac's frustrated, it's like, what the hell? You get 3 extra points and you didn't even earn it. Like, I understand that frustration, but I also understand, like, Roger DeCoster's side of it. It's like, hell, just get out of the way. We might lose the championship here, It's just, I totally understand both sides. Sometimes with certain incidents, you get that way. And when you're being honest with yourself and you're not making opinions and saying things just because someone else does or just because you're trying to get on the quote-unquote winning team, as long as you're saying what you mean, then there's going to be plenty of occasions where you either totally agree, you totally disagree, or you're completely neutral. Whereas, like, most time nowadays, most people, they're either totally for somebody or totally against somebody. There is never a neutral, because they base everything they think off of strictly that one person in a fanboy sense, So, like, everybody on Tomac's side's like, oh, what the fuck? Team orders, all this shit. And then everybody on Dungey's side is like, oh, hey, why wouldn't we do that? But it's like, and I like both of them, but I'm neutral on it. I see both sides of it.